Where are RC drone no-fly zones? Avoid fines. If you are a fan of flying camera drones, you might be wondering where you can and cannot fly them without getting into trouble. Knowing the no-fly zones is essential to keep your flying experience enjoyable and legal. Let's break down the areas where flying your drone is prohibited or restricted. First up, controlled airspace near airports is a major no-fly zone. Drones are typically not allowed to fly within a certain distance from runways. This often starts at 0 feet near the runway and can extend outward up to 400 feet in altitude. This restriction is in place to prevent any interference with manned aircraft operations. Next, we have permanent no-drone zones. These are areas where flying drones is banned due to security or safety reasons. A well-known example is the airspace over Washington, D.C. This area has strict federal security restrictions, making it a permanent no-fly zone for drones. Temporary flight restrictions are another important aspect to consider. These no-fly zones can be established for specific events or emergencies, such as wildfires, natural disasters, or large public gatherings. Flying a drone in these areas without permission can lead to serious federal penalties. Local and state regulations also play a role in determining where you can fly your drone. Some states, cities, or tribal lands have their own no-fly zones or restrictions on where drones can take off and land. These local rules can vary widely, so it is essential to check the regulations in your area before flying. Additionally, there are other sensitive areas where drone flights are often restricted. These include locations near prisons, military bases, national parks, and critical infrastructure. The restrictions here are primarily for security and privacy reasons. To avoid fines and legal issues, drone pilots should utilize apps like B4UFly or AirMap. These apps help check if your intended flying location is within controlled or restricted airspace. It is also wise to obtain necessary permissions through programs like the Federal Aviation Administration's Low-Altitude Authorization and Notification capability. This program can grant near-instant approval to fly in certain controlled airspaces up to 400 feet. Don't forget to register your drone with the Federal Aviation Administration and comply with remote identification requirements. This will help broadcast your drone's location to authorities. Passing required safety tests, such as the Recreational Unmanned Aircraft Safety Test, is also necessary to operate legally. While some drone manufacturers have reduced automatic geofencing restrictions, the legal responsibility still lies with the pilot to follow all airspace regulations. Ignoring these can lead to severe penalties, including fines that can reach $75,000, drone confiscation, and loss of drone pilot certification. For those who love flying camera drones, understanding and respecting no-fly zones is vital. This knowledge not only helps you avoid fines but also ensures a safe and responsible flying experience. Always check current regulations before each flight, as no-fly zones can change due to temporary restrictions or new rules.